The purpose for Moody Aviation is to train missionaries first.
There are many places that can teach you to fly, but because of that day one attitude that you're going to be overseas, responsible for this airplane and serving missions, Moody does an excellent job.
And Moody is still a leader as far as the training of mission aviators.
The program's vital because there are still many places around this world that cannot be reached in any other way.
We work very closely with our mission community. What the missions say is when we get a graduate from any school or an FBO, we really don't know what we have. When we get someone from Moody, we know precisely what we're getting, and we can always count on that being the standard.
Well, we just really are very, very thankful for Moody Aviation because of the high-quality technicians that are produced and the high-quality missionaries that come from that, all wrapped up in one person. The pilots and mechanics technicians that we are looking for are a very special breed. And that, first of all, they need to be missionaries, missionary pilots, and have a real desire to serve the Lord and to see the gospel go forth around the world. Secondly, they need to be good technicians, not only pilots, but also mechanics.
When you are flying into this little airstrip in the middle of the jungle, things can happen to your plane. You can hit a pothole in the middle of that little dirt airfield, and you have to figure out how to fix that plane where you are with what you have. And so we train them to be able to do that no matter where they are. And that's a unique training. That's a unique niche that Moody Aviation provides.
And it's a very, very small subset of the aviation community in the United States that would apply or would be able to qualify for the type of person we're looking for. And Moody is very instrumental in turning out that kind of a person. We're very thankful for that.
In essence, if you've made it through Moody, they already have looked very, very closely at who you are and why you're there. And if you've made it to come to MAF for a technical and non-technical evaluation, you've got a real good shot at continuing on.
I don't think I've had an instructor here with whom I've not had a personal conversation or a time of prayer.
We need to make ourselves available to the students, both in the classroom and outside the classroom.
Each staff member actually runs a small group, which has been really fun to do, be able to build relationships with them and just talk life and live life with them.
It's a preparation not only for the field, but just to pursue Christ in everything that we do.
One of our policies here is having an open door policy, so we have students coming in all the time and just to talk about either school or anything else.
I have somebody that's older, that's kind of been there, done that, in missions and been overseas, to work alongside of us. It impacts our lives more than just with maintenance. It impacts our spiritual life and our spiritual walk with the Lord. It's, I mean, all-inclusive type stuff.
Aviation is an expensive venture. Flight costs about $35,000 a year. A lot of parents don't have funds to be able to finance a $70,000 educational bill in 2 years.
I would not have been able to make it through without the help of friends and family and different supporters that I've had along the way.
We require the students to purchase their own toolbox, so that depending on where they go and what mission they go with, they'll have their tools with them.
Yeah, it's a huge investment. Most of my tools were paid for by supporters.
My wife and I have tried to apply for Sallie Mae loans, and we've been rejected, and we need a co-signer, and that didn't really work out, and we didn't really know who to ask. We didn't want to put that burden on them, but we were willing to do whatever it takes. Yet Moody came through with FLAPS, which has really helped us.
One of the problems with debt, mission agencies won't accept a student that has excessive debt, and it disqualifies them then from going on the mission field. So the debt issue is a very, very critical issue for Moody. If we graduate students with debt, we defeat our purpose. If a graduate follows through with what they came to do, i.e. mission aviation, then the debt load is no longer theirs, it's ours. And we have created a program we call the FLAPS program, which is the Forgivable Loan Assistance Program for students. And this last year was the first year we actually had it implemented. 7 of our graduates would not have graduated if the FLAPS program was not in place.
I think it really helps the fact that you don't have to worry so much about where the finances are coming from. It helps me be able to focus on flying, be able to focus on maintenance on what I'm doing, and for my family as well. I'm able to have a little bit less stress at home and spend the the little time I have with my family.
And it doesn't look like I'm going to have any debt to finish up, and that's only because of people that have helped out.
There are a variety of ways of donating to the FLAPS program, whether it's an endowment or whether it's an individual or a church. Regardless of how the funds are donated, the funds will go toward getting a graduate to the mission field. Kind of neat to know that the funds will go where they were intended and not into some other venue.
Moody Aviation needs donors, needs people to support the students, support the staff, to keep aviation going. It's a function of the church.
It's a huge investment of resources in order to provide people with that logistical ability to get to where missionaries would not be able to go.
As we look out to the world around us, we don't see that missionary aviation is going to disappear very soon at all. That there continues to be a need to use aviation to get out into the remote areas of the world where people have not heard yet that there's a God who deeply loves them and sent His Son to die for them.